On November 9, 1979, the world as we know it nearly ended. For exactly 9 minutes, the United States military believed it was under a massive nuclear assault. This is the story of how a single technician's error bypassed every safeguard and brought civilization to the brink of annihilation. It wasn't just a glitch. It was a terrifying demonstration of how technology and human fear can collide with catastrophic results. To understand 1979, you have to understand the era. The Cold War was at a boiling point, fueled by the doctrine of mutually assured destruction. The Iranian Revolution and the looming Soviet invasion of Afghanistan had left the U.S. military on a hair-trigger alert. At the center of it all was Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado, the hardened heart of NORAD, designed to survive a direct nuclear hit. At 8:50 a.m., a technician inadvertently loaded a training tape into an operational computer. It was a realistic simulation of a Soviet first strike. Under normal conditions, this tape should have been isolated, but the WWMCCS computer system, known as WiMAX, inexplicably routed the data live. Within seconds, the terrifying simulation was no longer a drill. It was being treated as reality at the highest levels of American command. The screens at the Pentagon lit up. Hundreds of Soviet ICBMs were in flight, targeted at major American cities and command hubs. The number of incoming warheads ballooned from 250 to 2,200 in less than a minute. The scale of the attack was unprecedented. At the Strategic Air Command in Nebraska, the response was mechanical. Nuclear bomber crews scrambled to their aircraft across the country. Engines roared to life. Pilots prepared for a one-way mission. They were minutes away from taking off to deliver a retaliatory strike. In underground silos across the American Midwest, Minuteman missile crews strapped into their chairs. The keys were ready. They were waiting for the final authentication code. If that code arrived, they were bound by duty to launch their missiles and end the world. The National Emergency Airborne Command Post, the Doomsday Plane, took off from Andrews Air Force Base. The president wasn't on board yet, but the machine of government was already fleeing the capital, preparing for a post-nuclear reality. National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski was awakened by a phone call in the middle of the night. He was told he had minutes to decide. He was seconds away from calling President Carter to recommend a counterstrike. He later recalled sitting alone in the dark, certain he was about to die. He decided not to wake his wife, assuming they would both be dead within the hour. He was ready to give the order for total war. But the reason we're here today is a sanity check built into the defense protocol. Commanders began cross-referencing the data. While the computers showed thousands of incoming warheads, the raw sensors told a different story. The PAVPAWS radar systems saw nothing. The early warning satellites, designed to detect the massive infrared signatures of missile launches, reported a clear sky over Soviet territory. At approximately 9 a.m., the NORAD commander concluded the attack was an anomaly. The alarm was officially declared a false alarm. The world had survived those 9 minutes, not because of the technology, but because of the humans who questioned it. The news sent shockwaves through Washington. Senator Charles Percy, who was actually inside NORAD that day, described the scene as pure chaos. Leonid Brezhnev was furious. He wrote a secret letter to President Carter, warning that such errors were fraught with a tremendous danger. But the nightmare wasn't over. Less than a year later, in June 1980, the system failed again. Not once, but twice. This time, it wasn't a training tape. It was a single failing computer chip, worth only 46 cents, that triggered another mass missile alert. These incidents revealed a terrifying reality. The systems designed to protect us were dangerously fragile and prone to cascading failures. The 1979 mistake led to massive reforms. Training simulations were physically isolated from live systems to ensure data could never leak again. The aging Honeywell computers were overhauled, and communication protocols were rewritten to include more human-in-the-loop safeguards. The 9-minute mistake remains one of the most significant near misses in history. It redefined how we manage our most destructive weapons. It proved that while machines can calculate trajectories and detect launches, they lack the wisdom to understand the consequences of being wrong. In our modern age of AI and automated systems, the lessons of 1979 are more relevant than ever before. We must never automate the final decision. The 9 minutes that almost started World War III were a warning, a reminder that peace often depends on a single moment of human hesitation. If you found this look into history fascinating, like and subscribe for more stories of the near misses and human errors that shaped our world. I'm your host. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next documentary.